We got a really nice sunset going on over here. And, you know, thanks to our nervous systems, we can feel these kinds of things, right? The feelings of the emotions, right, that will come about from just admiring the sunset. A heartbreak, right? Falling in love. Even enjoying that bagel that you love to buy every single morning before you go to work. Not saying that it's necessarily applied to me, but you know what I mean. All of these feelings stem from the nervous system. The nervous system runs along our spine, and all of the processes thereof are in the brain, are focused in the brain. Even looking at things, looking at objects in this physical reality and processing them all goes through our nervous system. So you can say, or one can say, that everything that we perceive with the nervous system is based in the physical reality. Let's take it a step further. Even the things that you ponder, right, like the mythical creatures and the urban planning projects, and just perhaps the sartorial work that you plan to do on your shirt. All of this is also processed in the brain, which is connected and is the mothership of the nervous system. Even though those things are not necessarily in reality, the thoughts and images that you have are an amalgam of what you see in the physical reality. So everything is based, right, in the physical reality, based off the nervous system's processes. So with that being said, is the nervous system an oppressive enemy on our journeys to ascension? I'm talking to the retainers. I'm talking to the individuals that are thinking about getting on semen retention and trying to ascend. Is the nervous system some sort of super powerful, omnipotent adversary that we must triumph over in order to rise to the higher levels and the higher planes of existence? I'm Somer Del Piso, and we're going to get right into it. Like, comment, subscribe. We're going to talk about this right now. So the nervous system, as I described, it processes every single thing that you see and experience in this physical reality. What you see is an amalgam of colors that, of course, that is shown from the sun that exists within its rays, the limit of which are 7 colors. And there are myriad of combinations that can be perceived with the 7 colors that are hidden within the rays of the sun. Even the sensual feelings, even the idea of love, right, is all processed by the nervous system and keeps us trapped here. As retainers, I said this in an earlier video, as with most of the things that I say. Not saying that I'm not a person that could create original content, but a lot of what I'm saying now, recently at least, is based off some sort of theory that I've posited in the past with my past videos. What I am saying is that on semen retention, we get control over various aspects of the nervous system. A lot of what we do and how we experience this physical reality is sort of a knee-jerk reflexive reaction, at least for the individuals that are not retaining their seed. They are presented with a situation that seems dangerous. They respond with a fight or flight response. Someone hits them on the arm, they're automatically, reflexive and ready to, return that favor, right, so to speak. When you are on this practice, you are becoming more and more adept, more and more in control of those feelings, those horrible emotions that spawn from the nervous system, which is conditioned by the various things in this physical reality. When I was thinking about this video, I was also thinking about the poem book written by the blind British poet, John Milton, Paradise Lost. Adversary, right? Let's just give you guys a little bit of context. Adversary is the transliteration of Satan. So Satan is not necessarily some crazy name that's come out of nowhere. It actually means something, which even alludes further to the fact that the idea of the Bible is just metaphor. A lot of these religions are just metaphors for what people need to do. It's like a map of what individuals need to do in order to triumph over the things of this world. Satan, the adversary, the nervous system is an adversary. The nervous system is essentially Satan. All the systems that keep you here, of course, they are necessary. Believe me, you cannot do anything in this physical reality without it. What I'm saying essentially is that you need to triumph over the inclinations of the nervous system in order to truly triumph, especially things like the reproductive system. The reproductive system, of course, we know that that's the zenith of all the systems of the body. It is the patriarch of the kingdom of the systems in the body. The reproductive system is prioritized over every single system in the body, which means that there will always be this yelling and a gnashing of teeth and a screaming to indulge, to follow the biological imperative, even though necessarily you aren't following the biological imperative when you have sex, right? Even though if it might be something recreational. What backs up the reproductive system is this almighty, horrible nervous system. They work in tandem in order to plague you to the end of your days here in this physical reality. When you are on semen retention, when you are rising, when you are saving your energy, we already know many of the benefits. In addition to the physical benefits, the increase in stamina, the increase in strength, the increase in a lot of the physical and spiritual benefits, there is a mental benefit. And when there's a mental benefit, that means that it translates to a higher processing of the various things that go on in your brain, and more of a control and an oversight over the many processes that happen. You sort of understand when you're on a long streak in this practice that you respond to things in a very, very uniform way. You behave in a very, very uniform way. Perhaps you do things in a very, very patterned way that's not necessarily conducive to higher learning and higher achievement. Of course, when I say higher learning and higher achievement, I'm talking about powerful skill acquisition, understanding the mysteries of the Philosopher's Stone, the mysteries of the various religions, and how you can incorporate them in your own vessel in order to rise. I'm talking about when you are on this practice for a very long time, essentially you will start to look inward and understand the truth about your situation, your biological situation, and understand that you are essentially a slave to these two incredibly powerful king and queen systems of the body. The nervous system, the female, the reproductive system, the male. How these work in tandem. The nervous system, as you communicate and come in contact with all the various things of the physical reality. Women, the idea of the adult film industry, all of these things, those sensual pleasures, they are all amplified and felt through the nervous system. The reproductive system intakes all of this information and follows its imperative and tempts the soul into guiding it into a direction that will automatically weaken the body, right? Because it will aid in release. Once you release, you have lost already, and you have to work hard and hard again to gain all the energy back. Of course, the reproductive system is the king. It needs all your resources and tax money before the rest of the system in the body. So as you are eating and ingesting all the experiences, all the microcosmic atoms that makes up every single interpersonal and romantic and intimate relationship in this physical reality, all of that energy is going into the semen first, at the expense of all the other systems in the body, and of course at the expense of your energy and your thinking processing power. What I am saying, gentlemen, right? Of course, you guys could automatically deduce what I'm saying here. Stay on semen retention. Obviously, that's a must. But as you're on this practice, I want you to be a little bit mindful and introspective about the processes that are happening in your body, the many processes. You have to understand that these systems of your physical body is oppressive to the growth of the soul, to true growth. Like I said, the king reproductive system, the queen nervous system will work in tandem as you grow in this world to keep you here, to make sure that you fall in line and follow the biological imperative until the day you die. Of course, we know that in this modern society, they like to push a lot of licentious things and sex just for the sake of pleasure. The reproductive system and the nervous system knows no more, right, than what it's programmed to do. So it sees these extra super stimuli that lies all around us in the form of magazines, in the forms of the scantily clad woman that's walking down the street, the videos, the conversations, the very, very sexual literature that's littered in our magazines and news. Your nervous system and your reproductive system picks up on these things. Well, mainly the nervous system, right, because everything that's processed in the physical world is done through that medium, the queen, the nervous system. It picks up all those sensations, transfers those feelings into the reproductive system. The reproductive system goes into overdrive and pulls the soul down as if it were an anchor. We need to triumph over these systems immediately. We need to be on the practice of semen retention. Stay celibate, stay mindful whilst being celibate, stay concentrated on your energies, and understand the various ways that this modern society will destroy you and take you down and pull you into the pit and the abyss that is of perpetually seeking sexual pleasure and release. The adversary, right? The Luciferic nervous system and reproductive system will try incredibly hard every day. Even now, as I record this video, it already tempts me because I've been on the practice for a very long time, and I'm at a point where, I mean, I've been doing very, very well at controlling the sexual energy, but it's incredibly difficult sometimes to keep it under wraps. There's a lot of extra super stimuli that I'm not very, very aware of that attack subconsciously. And, you know, sometimes I am a victim of it, but I am very mindful in this practice. Like I said, 9 months celibate, no release whatsoever. So I'm incredibly understanding and introspective about every single thing that is happening and its end effect. You don't necessarily need to understand where something is going. Oh no, you all good, bro. You don't necessarily need to understand where how these things are getting to you. You need to understand where they're going. You understand the endpoints, you can cut it off immediately. My final statements, these systems are not necessarily the only thing that are exercising its oppressive control and dominance over your soul, trapped in this physical vessel to operate in this physical reality. We have the circulatory system. After we are finished with the metabolization of your foods done by the digestive system, there are some foods that propel that sexual urge. So the circulatory system brings those parts of the food, which are, you know, garlic, steaks, various foods that sort of not channel but agitate the sexual urge and drive, and it distributes it around the body, picking up on having the reproductive system pick up on it and go right into work, tempting the soul, your spirit. Gentlemen, stay focused, stay mindful, and stay celibate. If you're not on the practice, trust me, you don't have anything to worry about now. But to be honest, it actually affects all men. This is the process, one of the many microprocesses that lead to the perpetuation of sexual release. Even the justification behind masturbation. You have to get yourselves in lock, get yourselves under control immediately. And with that being said, that's all I have to say today. If you guys enjoy that kind of content, like, comment, subscribe, share the video with some peers. Don't ever let this place get you down. Remember, we have the individuals, the agents of the cult of the serpent at over time, trying to take down spirits that are really trying to push this message of semen retention, or just be a person that stands up against the licentious nature and the malevolent beings and ways of this modern society. But not only they're working hard, individuals, we have your own system working against you. In Revelation, it was written that there was only one individual that had the power and was worthy to open the scrolls, right? Why was he worthy? Because not only he triumphed over the world, which are the agents thereof, but he triumphed over himself and the devil. The devil, we know now, like I described in the beginning of the video, is the adversary. It's the ultimate adversarial being that will continuously tempt you and goad you until the end of your days in this physical reality. Because this dude triumphed over it, that means it is possible, lads. We must do our best. We must go forward. We must go within the darkness to try to take something out, something of great, immense value. Triumph over the queen, the nervous system of the body, the king, the reproductive system. Once you are long on your streaks of semen retention, these things are just regular enemies that you just slice down on your path as you continue to ascension. And stay radiant. I shall see you guys in the next video. Woo!